Hey, what's happening, Spider Friends? Welcome back to Marvel's Spider-Man on the PS4, and today's showcase is on the Stealth Suit, aka the Big Time costume, the suit with no name, from Amazing Spider-Man 650 by Dan Slott. And, of course, this costume is available in-game after you unlock, I believe, level 23 or 4, or whenever you start the challenge missions. It comes equipped with the blur projector, which basically makes the suit appear invisible to the bad guys, but of course that's really not going to do much here. The suit uses a sonic design that is supposed to disrupt, I believe, the ability to see the suit when the green light is on, and Peter built this suit after one more day in Dan Slott's Spider-Man Big Time to defend himself against a hobgoblin who, I believe he's a different hobgoblin. He's some guy named Phil who killed Kingsley and uses this maniacal laugh or lunatic laugh, whatever it's called. Think of Mark Hamill with the powers of the Banshee. And Spider-Man had to make this suit to counteract the sound waves that the new hobgoblin would use against him, or it could kill him. So when that happens, and the sonic waves, or, Black Canary Cry, whatever, would hit the suit, it would turn red to show that it is defending against Sonics. Now, when Spidey first appeared to work with Black Cat with this suit, she had to put on a special type of goggles in order to see him, and of course the green color was activated, meaning he was invisible. Even to himself, actually. If he loses his lenses, he won't be able to see where he is. What stinks about the Sonic mode, though, when he's glowing red, he can't hear anybody. So if he's working with a team, say like the Avengers or Black Cat or the Defenders, he can't really be a good team player because he can't hear anything. So there are some downsides to the suit. Later on, the suit was actually given to the Spider clone Kane during the Spider Island arc, where, some crazy stuff happened. They had to fight a Spider Queen, something like that. And the suit was given to Kane, and it was locked in the red position, which protected him against Sonics. And eventually, Madam Web turned it into the Kane suit, which was just the black and red suit that Kane would wear as the Scarlet Spider. So it was kind of cool. And this suit is one of my favorites, actually. It's one of my top 10 favorite Spidey suits. You can see the excellent detail of this costume.
MJ, I'm at location number 2. Can you believe these demons wear their masks just walking around? Must make for confusing staff meetings.
I'll try to figure out their operation while you throw a wrench into it.
I like throwing wrenches and things. And, of course, this is another save file, so you guys don't have to worry about me disrupting the story or anything like that. This is how I just like to do showcases, and I really do enjoy the Predator maps. And yeah, it's just me. Amber's not here. She's at work, so you just have to deal with my dry sense of humor and really geeky mind, I guess. Now, like I said, the Big Time suit, it doesn't really have a name, but it's one of my favorite costumes for Spidey because they tried to do some stuff different, like in the 90s where they would have different Spider-Man costumes and things like that. You're not going anywhere, pal. Later. It's also very common, the green Big Time suit, to appear in a lot of video games. To my knowledge, the red suit, or the Sonic version of Big Time, has only appeared in a few select Spider-Man games, such as that mobile game I used to do, Spider-Man Unlimited, and I believe it was also Kane in that suit. And right now you can see I'm using the blur projector, which it does appear that I am invisible inside of this little bubble. The enemies outside can't see me. I wasn't getting shot or anything like that, so that's really cool. I like the spider powers, especially ones that are really good with the suits that you have in your, not closet, but I guess possession or Spidey utility belt. It's not really explained how Spider-Man changes his suits in this because, unlike the Amazing games, he doesn't really have a base anymore. He's kind of homeless, and, he's got that lab, but they don't do all that much with the lab, so there you go. Now, besides the Sonic ability that I told you guys and the camo, there are some other really handy features of the Big Time, or Stealth Suit, whatever you want to call it. It also has the ability, because of its unstable molecules, to be fireproof. So when you see Spider-Man like have to deal with flames and stuff like that, he could technically wear this suit to run into a burning building if he needed to, and it would keep him totally protected. But like I said, after the Spider-Man Big Time storyline kind of concludes, Dan Slott's stuff never really ended until the Superior Spider-Man stuff. So, I mean, his story arcs just were continuous.
Trucks, ambulances.
Exactly. You shut this down, they'll have a tougher time moving around the city unnoticed.
And if the reason why I don't like Dan Slott is because he would always troll Mary Jane fans. Like, it was the Marvel higher-ups decision to make sure that, you know, Spider-Man's marriage was annulled by the devil. But Dan Slott, the reason why I don't like him all that much is throughout his series, even when Spider-Man had a new girlfriend, he hinted at a supposed relationship brewing between Mary Jane and Peter, even after Peter left her at the altar, which was kind of a jerky move. That was not from Spider-Man One More Day. That was Brand New Day by Dan Slott. So, yeah, that's fun, right? Spider-Man was kind of a spider jerk. Whoop. Okay. Alright, so apparently Whip Guy can see me inside of the blur projector. Not cool. Wait, did I take him down? No, he's still around. Whoop. 1 second. I'm just really bad at the whip, guys. Come on. It's just not cool. Don't do that. Don't do that. We gotta heal a little bit. Oh, speaking of healing, I forgot about this. Did you know that the Big Time costume also has a built-in healing function? It does. Pretty much, who's ever wearing the costume, whether it's Peter or Kane, it can mend itself and help keep your wearer alive just using the power of your thoughts. So the one cool thing I like about the whole Big Time suit is it really changed up Spider-Man's brilliance a little bit, and it was kind of really the first time that he was taken out of the Daily Bugle. So that was one good thing that Dan did, is they were trying to be like, you know what, we're gonna do some different things with Peter, even though we're basically retconning everything about Spider-Man and his friends and his relationships and stuff like that, and giving Aunt May a new boyfriend after, of course, you know, many years being without Ben. She moves on to J. Jonah Jameson's father, of all people, which was... I didn't hate that. It was an interesting take. I just didn't... I couldn't stand all the trolling between Mary Jane and Peter throughout Dan Slott's run. In fact, I don't believe that he ever brought them back together. Like, there was just something about that couple that he didn't like, and he further messed with them during the course of his time with Spider-Man. But I do have to admit, he gave us some really cool Spider-Man suits, which actually we'll be talking about another Dan Slott costume, the Spider Armor Mk3, probably tomorrow, or, you know, I kind of got a refresher course on Dan's stuff. And let me tell you, it's really hard to do, like, these spider lore videos when at the same time I'm trying to write Batman stuff, so there's probably some stuff that's not going to be 100%, but hopefully you guys can kind of understand a little bit about what Big Time is and, you know, why it's one of the coolest Spidey suits ever. It also came in really handy for Spider-Man for a while until the same Big Time run, Spider-Man loses his spider sense for a while during a battle with, I believe it's the Scorpion? Night-night, guys. Shocking defeat. You'll just have to deal with it.
MJ, I may have just done the opposite of repair at this repair shop.
Don't worry, I'll get the cops down there. They'll clean things up.
So yeah, basically, Spider-Man, he kind of retires his suit during the Big Time event too. They don't really say why. I guess it's because he thinks the Hobgoblin is gone because of the new Sonic Wave power that the Hobgoblin has, which, again, is some guy named Phil. I don't really know who he is, sorry, but he kind of got rid of the Mark Hamill version of the Hobgoblin, and he has like this mutant power where he can, you know, laugh maniacally and hurt you. And so Spidey had to create this new suit, and he keeps it for a while, but he goes back to his regular Spidey suit, which actually, if he was wearing this suit during the next volume of Spider-Man Big Time, I really believe that he probably would have been protected against the massive explosion that kind of fried his spider sense for a while, which caused him to create another Spider-Man costume using Horizon Labs, where that was his job, that he got recommended from kind of his aunt-in-law or something. Or, actually, no, I think it was his sister-in-law. Jonah's wife would be Peter's sister-in-law, which is so weird if you think about it. That was kind of interesting that JJ became literally family for Peter Parker when Aunt May married Jonah's father. So that was a really unique idea. So based on that, like, a lot of really good stuff happens to Petey because of, you know, in his actual life. I'm not talking about, like, his love life is, you know, with that Claire girl who's a cop, and of course it doesn't end well. But the part of Peter's life that improves, like, because of Dan Slott, is Peter becomes a scientist. He gets a really good job because of his connections to Jonah and his wife. You know, he gets more family, which was kind of interesting, but at the same time, Dan Slott, he likes to do a lot of controversial stuff because Peter's sister-in-law doesn't live very long. She dies protecting Jonah after Spider-Man's spider sense is fried. So like I was saying, if he was wearing his Sonic suit, the big-time costume, probably he wouldn't have had his spider suit fried, and, you know, Jonah's wife would still be alive, but it might diminish her sacrifice of trying to get Jonah to stop being so angry, because he's been having lots of heart attacks and stuff like that. Because rage is not good for a person. Personally, I have a lot of problems with anger, and my doctor told me when I was in my mid-20s that if I didn't find a way to calm down, I could have a heart attack or a stroke. So I have to try to be as chill a person as possible. And I don't know if it's just because my character is a higher level right now or not, but Spidey, if you notice when I use my healing power, it actually
That's a New York reality tour for you.
kind of increased my healing ability. And I don't know if that's because of the big time suit itself, or if that's just because this save file is really far ahead in the story. I believe Amber and I are in near the end of the third arc or something like that. Also, here's Avengers Tower. I forgot to show you guys this in the Let's Play. So let's rectify that. What's great about the showcase episodes is I can always post them, like, whenever, so that it doesn't really have to mesh with my Let's Play. Also, apologies if some of the Let's Play episodes get kind of weird. One of the videos Amber and I did, I don't remember the number, we were really getting into the Mary Jane and Black Cat and some other, I guess, girls for Spider-Man. And we kind of, not necessarily went off at a tangent, but we talked a little bit more than I usually wanted to on topics. And there, of course, is Avengers Tower. I believe this is either the comic book version of Stark Tower, or it is its own kind of universe thing, like Marvel doing some world building you can see there. But yeah, I hope you guys like the big time suit. Again, it's one of my personal favorites. And if you want to see a top 10 list of my favorite Spider-Man costumes, let me know. And we'll see about if I can do that. Okay, the blur thing really didn't help all that much in this instance. I just activated it right now, and didn't help all that much. Unfortunately, my gameplay never really improved in the Let's Play, but hopefully the showcases, you know, you'll see some improvement. And I have another one that I want to do based on the Mk3 armor, which is that really awesome looking, kind of like Deadpool costume or Red Hood. I would say it's like a Red Hood costume. You know the one I'm talking about. It's also in this game. I don't think it's a coincidence because Dan Slott is the writer of the Spider-Man Marvel game that a lot of his costumes appear in this game. But they also have appeared in a lot of previous Amazing Spider-Man games and other things, so they're just really popular costumes. The 90s didn't really have that many costumes for Spidey. aside from, you know, Peter's identity crisis during the whole Ben Reilly clone thing.
Thanks for saving our butts, Spidey. You're welcome, scary fascist soldier guy.
Come on, Spidey. I don't really think they're fascists. They're military guys. Probably Dan wrote that too. And no, I don't have a problem with people named Dan. I do make fun of Dan Dido on purpose because of his vendetta against Nightwing and the Robins, and just Batman in general. I believe Dan is more of a Superman and Flash fan, which is why Barry came back with Jeff Johns and company. I don't think he really understands Batman. But I will say, even though Dan trolled Mary Jane fans for the entirety of his career writing for the Marvel Comics, he does get every aspect of Peter's personality aside making him kind of a ladies' man, which was, I don't know, maybe Dan was trying to project something of himself into, I don't know. But, yeah. So, there you have it, people. That is the Spider-Man Big Time Stealth Suit in camo mode, which is essentially what the mode is. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button, and in the comment section below, tell me what Spider costume you would like to see. No Kingdom Hearts today, you'll just have to settle for another scoop of Spidey goodness later today. Until we meet again, God bless and happy gaming. Thanks for watching Spider Lore. See ya.